First off, I want to thank you all tonight for coming. If you have a pesky cell phone like me, you may want to turn it off. I just found out that my co-host isn't feeling well, so she is not going to be here tonight, but I just want to say this is a series put on by both the town of Brunswick and Curtis Memorial Library. It's called, Sustainable Brunswick. And we've been doing this now since January, and it's been a really, really great series. It's allowed us to put on programs that we couldn't have done by ourselves at the library, and I know it's allowed the town to have a different take on some topics as well. So, and we couldn't do it without folks like you who are showing up here or watching the video. And it's amazing because I get calls from folks about folks who couldn't make it that night, but then are like, I'm sitting here watching it. Do you have any books on this? So thank you. And this is entirely a volunteer series. So the folks we're going to hear from tonight are amazing humans who work in our community and have volunteered their time to come here and talk a little bit about what they do, why, and how they can help you connect from home. So that's our topic for tonight, connecting from home. You may ask, well, what does that have to do with sustainability? Well, actually a lot, which is why we really wanted to call it out and have how important this topic is. Because if you think about it, it's well documented that a community, a more resilient community, and a community that more people want to be in is more connected. That folks aren't just isolated and alone, and that when something goes wrong, you have more people you can count on. All right, so that's what and we thought about that in our community, and there's lots of ways we can get together and do that. But at the same time, there's a lot of folks who are stuck at home, and that's okay too. Because guess what? There's a lot of ways in which we can connect from home. And we help folks here at the library all the time, and the folks you're going to hear from tonight also do that. So today you're going to hear from Sabrina, Kate, and Heather, and then I'm going to play a couple double duty at the end to talk about a few different services. And so please, if you have questions, don't hesitate to ask. We will be saving time at the end, however, for a longer question and answer period. All right, with that, we're going to get started. Sabrina, do you want to come up first?
Yes, I do.
Wonderful. Which mic would you like to use, this one or that one?
Yeah, that one's fine.
Awesome, thank you. All right, so I am Sabrina Best. I'm the Deputy Director for the Brunswick Parks and Rec Department. And so my focus today is to talk about reasons to help get you out and excited to kind of get out for those that are able to. Obviously, being homebound, there's various different elements that kind of create that type of a scenario, and some of them are just the lack of knowing people or feeling that you belong somewhere. And in any Parks and Rec department across the country, that's what we do. That's what we're here for. Sometimes we call ourselves Team Fun, and we're here to provide something exciting for you and connect in different ways. Having a healthy lifestyle has many different elements, some physical, some emotional, some mental. And so what I'm going to focus on is some of the different facilities and ways that you can get out and reconnect in various ways. I do want to do a quick plug. So People Plus is here in town. They are a phenomenal partner of ours, I would say, where they kind of focus a lot on the programming side. They offer a ton of different activities and events for individuals to have an excuse to get out. And they're here local, right in downtown Brunswick. Which is going to get talked about a little bit later today. So what I'm going to focus on is not the programming side, but more of the facilities. One of the easiest ways to kind of make sure you get in a really good headspace is to get outside. natural light, the nature, fresh air, those things can have a really big impact on your overall health and well-being. And oftentimes, if you find that you're homebound, just getting outside is going to really help improve your, just your attitude and just how you feel about yourself. And so obviously with the Parks and Rec Department, we oversee a ton of different parks all throughout the town and community. Some that are trails, some that are playgrounds, some are just open spaces. One of the parks that I really wanted to kind of touch upon real quick is the one that I think is kind of near and dear to Brunswick is the mall downtown where the gazebo is. It's where what I would consider the heart of town. And for those that aren't sure what the mall is, it's not a shopping mall. Made that mistake when I came to town. I was like, where's the mall? I couldn't find it, guys. No, it's just the wide open green space in downtown right off Main Street where the gazebo is. And there's a ton of fabulous events that get put on there. Some that the department ourselves that we put on, like the Halloween event that's coming up soon. And it's a lot of fun to watch, regardless if you're a kid dressed up or just kind of coming to see the spectacles. There's ones that we co-sponsor, so we kind of partner with the Brunswick Downtown Association for a bunch of their different events. Tonight is a great example because they have music on the mall, so I'm sure there are tons of folks down on the mall tonight enjoying that, and they can watch this later and get caught up on stuff. And then another spot that I wanted to kind of highlight is we do have a very great and accessible bike path along the Androscoggin. It's a gem. It's kind of that hidden feature that a lot of people, when they find it, they're going to constantly go and use it. It's easy to access. Once you get on it, you can just figure out your distances so that way you don't go too far. There's benches along the way. It's a paved path. And it stretches right along the river, so you don't need to really kind of walk the full loop to get the full effect. You can just go a little way and kind of sit and just kind of think through your thoughts. You can find all of our different parks and facilities and amenities on our website, www.brunswickme.gov. We just made that change, right under the Parks and Rec tab. Another amenity and facility I want to touch upon is the Brunswick Rec Center. We have, for those that have been in town for quite a while, the Parks and Rec Department relocated to the old base, which is now the Landing, in about 2014, and we have taken over kind of the old rec hall, which is very fitting for our department, being Parks and Rec. So we offer indoor facilities. So you live in Maine, it's not always nice to get outside, or you can't stay outside for too long, or when the weather comes in, it gets icy and it's maybe dangerous. And the one thing that we love is that we offer an indoor facility that is accessible a good majority of the week. We're open 7 days a week. And it includes 2 basketball courts and a 2-lane track, a walking track. The thing that I love the most is that it's free. It's free to residents and it's free to non-residents. And I think that's really one thing that we kind of strive for, is making sure that all of our facilities are accessible in some way. You don't have to pay. There is kind of what we call a basic membership, where we just collect a little bit of your information. And then every time you come, you just kind of scan your little card and you go do whatever it is, 3 laps, and you sit and mingle. Or you can do shooting some hoops, learn pickleball, great new sport that is taking over everywhere right now. Or if you're just looking to, again, come in and, just have an excuse to get out. The library is another great location in town, just kind of come and mingle and socialize. But if you're just looking to get a few active laps in, we're also a great alternative. We do offer, for those that are looking for a little more of a workout, I guess, because again, those endorphins get released every time you get a little sweaty. And we want to make sure that you're doing that in a safe place. So we have the ability, we have just renovated and opened up a fitness center. It has brand new state-of-the-art equipment. So we have a cardio area with treadmills and a bike and a stair stepper and some other elements. And then we have a full weight room. We have personal trainers. We do a machines 101. So if you've never been in a fitness area before and you're like, I don't even know what to do with that machine, we'll help you. We'll guide you. It's not going to be too scary as some people would think it is. Because at the end of the day, we're your local community center. We're here to, kind of serve you and be a little bit of your backyard in a way. If you're looking to engage with the fitness equipment itself, there is a paid portion of that. It's $20 for a resident for a month, $30 for a non-resident a month. But the great thing is that we accept silver sneakers. So if you are part of the Silver Sneaker program, or if you have a different healthcare provider and they offer an equivalent, give us a call and we'll get you set up so you can access that for free. I think those are kind of the highlights that I'm going to hit. Again, People Plus is great with the programming side, so is the library and a bunch of other nonprofits that are here in town that we'll kind of talk about later on tonight. Okay, I think I'm like out of breath because I'm so excited and I want to get everything out so fast.
Awesome, thank you. All right, next, who did we decide was going to, yes, Heather is going to come up and talk a little bit about Meals on Wheels and a few other programs.
Can y'all hear me? Yes. So my name is Heather. I'm the program director at Midcoast Hunger, which is right down the street. Well, one of our facilities is right down the street. I've been at MCHPP for nearly 7 years in various roles, and I'm excited to talk to you tonight about how MCHPP works tirelessly to not only divert food waste from the landfill, Sustainability Brunswick, but we also try to build connections to our homebound community members. We actually don't run Meals on Wheels. Meals on Wheels in town is run by People's Plus, but we have a program that I'll talk about in partnership with the Brunswick Housing Authority. So our mission is to offer dignity and empowerment by providing all members of our community with access to healthy food. We have a number of programs that work to rescue, purchase, and glean product that we can then redistribute through our various pantries, kitchens, and delivery programs. In our most recent fiscal year, which wrapped up at the end of June, over 1.6 million pounds of food was donated to MCHPP. Most of that food is from local grocery stores, which donate produce, dry goods, bread, pastries, meat, and other miscellaneous items that are nearing their expiration dates so that we can redistribute them to the community. We also work with several local farms to glean their excess produce, and of course, we rely on community members who make donations throughout the year through food drives or personal donations. So to start, how do we help with sustainability in Brunswick? Well, as many of you may hopefully already know, Americans throw away a lot of food. Over 9.2 billion pounds of food is wasted every year in the United States, which is about 38% of all the food that we produce. However, the USDA maintains a food keeper list, which allows food banks like ours, and you all could use it at home to decrease food waste in your own homes, with an updated quality dates list on all of the different products so that we can safely distribute food and give it a longer lifespan. And that prevents all of that food from entering landfills. So about 20% of the food that MCHPP receives, we cannot redistribute. A lot of it is produce, which we just can't use before it starts to go bad, and we don't want to give food that's not usable to our community members. However, we also get a lot of bread and pastries in such high quantities that we just can't get rid of it fast enough out to community members. And so we partner with local livestock farmers in order to give them animal feed and keep that food out of the landfill. And we also work with AgriCycle, the local composting company, to give them food as well. So over the course of the year, about 800 tons of food is kept out of the landfill because of work that MCHPP does. So then the other 1.2-ish million pounds of food, it's got to go somewhere. So we distribute it as meals through our soup kitchen, groceries through our various satellite pantries, and our on-site pantry, which is right down the street. Our satellite pantries have a goal of offering groceries just closer to where people are. So we partner with, for instance, the rec center, where we have a produce sharing table and a small pantry for the new Mainers who come to the Welcome Center. We partner with various housing authorities in the area, as well as other low-income and senior housing complexes, basically to just get food as close to people as possible. We also have delivery programs and, yeah, lots of different ways things get out there. So our Pantry to Pantry program is specifically designed to deliver groceries to older individuals and homebound individuals in Brunswick, Topsham, and Bodenham. The goal is to ensure that the most at-risk and food insecure and the most immobile of our community members have access to groceries every other week. So we work with individuals and households to develop menus that are based off of their dietary needs, restrictions, and preferences. Because as we know, food is medicine, and we want to make sure that we provide people and families with food that will actually fuel and nourish them, and hopefully be delicious. And thanks to the 2 kitchens that we have, we've been working really hard to provide more pre-cut produce and prepared meals through these programs, since food prep can actually be quite hard for some of our older individuals that we work with. We delivered to about 75 households each month through this program, and last year 30 different volunteers donated over 920 hours to help with this delivery. Whether it's packing the food, delivery, or delivering the boxes to the individuals, those are the ways the volunteers get involved. Some of our volunteers have been delivering to the same households for quite some time and have really gotten to know and care for their recipients. Also, in 2021, we expanded our partnership with the Brunswick Housing Authority to start delivering meals to some of their least mobile residents at the Towers and Terrace in Brunswick. We now deliver daily meals, which includes the lunch that we make through our soup kitchen, desserts and fruit to 27 of their residents, plus the satellite pantry that we have there that residents can access. And all of the volunteers have noted all of the birth dates of each recipient so that we try to offer special treats and celebrate their birthdays. And we have 2 regular volunteers who do that, plus a few rotating substitutes who deliver the meals 5 days per week. And over the years, again, the volunteers and staff have really gotten to know those residents and provide them with socialization and comfort. I definitely know firsthand how important some of these connections really are. Volunteers have called in wellness checks on recipients who haven't answered their door because they're worried about their safety and well-being. They've sat with them to fill out important paperwork. They've shared recipes and family stories. And let me say, whenever a volunteer calls out and I'm doing the delivery, everyone wants to know where the volunteer is and check in on them. So they really have built a strong relationship. Our volunteers offer a listening ear and a sense of connection and build relationships with those on their weekly and daily delivery routes. These efforts might seem small, but they have a tremendous impact on those in the community with the most need. They also require a great deal of time and human resources from MCHPP and our volunteers, but we're so proud to bring food as close to people as possible and ensure everyone in the community has food and a sense of connection. There are many ways to get involved with MCHPP, whether it's donating food, money, or time, but it's all of us really coming together to make sure that we continue to do this work and are able to serve our community in the best way possible. Coming together tonight in this crowd or on TV later or on the internet, wherever it might be, is just the start of learning more about how we can all stay connected. So thank you so much for coming to learn about us, about the other nonprofits and groups here tonight, and all of these organizations who are committed to making Brunswick a little bit better and a little bit more connected. So thank you.
Oh, we love working with all you folks. And Heather, thanks for catching my mistake earlier, because I'm supposed to talk about Meals on Wheels later, so that was, you'll hear about that. But before I get to chat, we're gonna have Kate come up and tell you a bit more.
Thank you. I'm going to try to find my,
Yes.
where I am here. Let's see. Is this it? Oh, there we go. Perfect. Okay, can you hear me? Awesome. Well, first of all, I just want to follow up on what Heather is talking about and what she does. I just want to say they have one of the best programs actually in the country, and we are so lucky to have them in our community. We actually, so as I said before, my name is Kate Parker. I'm the Director of Community Health and Wellness, specifically the Center for Health and Wellness at Midcoast Hospital. And we actually work with her program and provide food for our medical groups so that the doctors have food in the office for patients should they need it, and they would get that right away. So it's really a wonderful program, and we're hoping to do a lot more together in the future. So I know we're talking about sustainability, and we're talking about people who are mostly homebound or it's difficult for them to get out. And we at the center offer a lot of programming, which I will talk to you about. But most importantly, really want you to know that our goal is to make things as easy as possible for people to get the programs that they need. We do many of our programs through Zoom as well, if that's easier for people. That kind of started with COVID. And then we also have the ability to provide taxi transportation with vouchers that is free to the individuals. We are lucky enough to do targeted fundraising annually to subsidize our programming. So the Center of Community Health and Wellness, we actually do many, many things, and we target different elements of wellness. We work closely with all of the primary care providers at the hospital and also many of the specialists. And with them, we determine what are some of the needs for our patients and try to create the programs to meet those needs. So one of the most important things related to wellness or your health is obviously, we talked about food and nutrition. And we have a large number of cooking classes available to our patients. Most of them are free. A few of them cost just a little. But because of our fundraising, we have the potential to offer every program free to anybody who has that need. So examples of some of our food programs include Food for Health, which is a plant-based program with Dr. Tim Howe. We have Cooking with the Doc, where various providers do cooking classes for our patients. We do Local Celebrity Chef, where local restaurant chefs come and do classes for us. And we also do other various, special cooking classes. They're very, very popular. I know I see some people in the audience who actually go and participate in the program. And one of the really fun things about that is that we do provide food sampling, and sometimes it actually feels like a party. So that's always wonderful. Related to that, and having large groups of people and things feeling like a party, I do just want to go back and talk about, individuals who are homebound or are home, or it's difficult for them to get out. It's really, really hard in that it also puts them at risk of, aside from being lonely and bored, can lead to depression. It can actually have them have some more challenges with their memory. It really is very helpful and very beneficial for anyone and everyone to get out. And as Sabrina was saying before, the outdoors is wonderful, and we encourage that always. But if that's not an option, we have other indoor programs for you. So beyond food and nutrition, we do a great deal with physical activity and exercise programming. Now, we at the Center for Community Health and Wellness, we do a lot of what's called secondary prevention. We have Melissa Focusato's team at the hospital does a lot in the community with primary prevention, which means helping young people not smoke. They do food and nutrition classes, they do vaccines, many different things. But a lot of our patients have some form of chronic disease, and they are not always, but many of them are older. So with that, our secondary prevention, almost everyone has some sort of an illness, or if not, they're trying to prevent that. So we do programs like cardiac rehab, pulmonary rehab, vascular rehab, and medical gym. And all of those programs require a level of physician referral to the program. We have highly trained clinical exercise physiologists and nurses participating in those programs, and our programs are all directed by physicians, so that we are absolutely have close contact with the providers and also can make sure that we're up on the latest and greatest evidence-based information. So patients in those classes, many times, our goal is to get them to go out and to be independent, or to go to a fitness center or the rec center to do physical activity. But many times in the beginning, they may be too feeble, or they may be too scared, they're just uncomfortable. And so that is our job, to really help them to feel safe and also to get them to the highest level of fitness where they're able to do more on their own. We have, to give you an example, and try to help you not be intimidated or afraid, but we have some people who are very ill. They may be on a list for a heart transplant or a lung transplant. They may have significant diabetes, be overweight, have had a stroke. There's just a long, long list. And we have fabulous staff that are really able to help you to get to a point of feeling much better with what we call functional capacity, your ability to do more movement and activities. We also have a lot of training on just your medications and your cardiovascular fitness, and also psychosocial. It's an opportunity for you to get out and to be social, and being with people is hugely important. We also do exercise programs out in the community that are also diagnosis related. Sometimes we do a Parkinson's disease boxing program at the Brunswick Y. It's called Rock Steady Boxing. And there too, we deal with people who have significant deficits sometimes related to their diagnosis, and we are able to help them get to a much higher level of capacity. We also have a swimming and a track program at the Bowdoin College track and pool, which is very popular and very inexpensive. So beyond physical activity, we are actually, almost forgot, we do a program called Walk with the Doc, which is really cool. And if you haven't heard about it, 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, we have a doctor working. There's a time set up, and I have a poster over there if you're interested in looking, where you can actually come to a location and the doctor will walk with your group. And the thing that's really exceptional about that is, again, you can feel safe. And beyond that, you also have the ability to have conversations, because we all know, we kind of hear more and more that the doctor's visits seem kind of, they're feeling rushed, or they have so many things to write, and it's not like the times when maybe they had more time, but this gives you an opportunity to talk with them. We also do great programming with people who smoke to try to help them quit smoking. We do a lot with stress reduction, mindfulness-based stress reduction, how appropriate, right there. And we also have yoga and other programs related to that. We do a lot with cancer patients. So anyway, I could go on and on and on. We do many, many programs. Again, our goal is to help people feel comfortable and to feel safe. Now, we know that some of you, it's difficult, and I said it before, but please don't be too afraid, and we will do everything in our power to help you to get there. So the other thing I wanted to mention to all of you is that if you want to see what we're doing, because our programs change all the time, we have physicians giving lectures, we have special guests, you can go to our Mid-Coast Hospital CourseStorm website, and I have cards here for you, and I will leave some with Hazel so that you can actually look up the information. It's somewhat fluid. It may not be going on all the time, but this information is available so you can see what we're doing all the time. So again, we're just so eager to help all of the people in our community, and please don't be shy. We will help you every step of the way. Thank you.
I I mean, I officially work at the help desk, so I feel pretty privileged that I should know most of this stuff. But every time I learn something new, you folks keep surprising me with keeping adding new services. So this is great. So you're going to hear from me now. My name is Hazel. I am a librarian at Curtis Memorial Library. But first, I'm not going to talk about library services. We had a last-minute cancellation tonight due to an issue, but the People's Plus Center is wonderful, and if they could have been here, they would. I think you've already heard a shout out from a number of us already about this center in town, but there's a couple of key things we want to make sure that everyone is aware of, because we all, if you haven't figured it out, we all want to work together. We're all part of this community, and we are here to help you. So that's what we care about. So this organization is no different. It's right here downtown. People's Plus is a center, physical center, but it also has a lot of other programs that you can access as a member. First off, there is a really great thing called the Volunteer Transportation Network. And we have they dropped off a number of pamphlets and applications, so you can find out more about this if you can't get online. Although, spoiler, I'm going to tell you how you can get online later if you want to. But the Volunteer Transportation Network is a really wonderful way that you can get around. It matches, volunteer drivers with folks who need access to somewhere. So say you wanted to go grocery shopping and you didn't want to get your food delivered for whatever reasons, or you wanted to go to your medical appointments or some of these classes. This is the thing, all those cool things you just heard about. Well, if your issue is mobility because of driving and transportation, you could access this Volunteer Transportation Network. And there are applications that you can get either online by contacting them or going to People Plus. They are also always looking for, in addition to more riders, they are always looking for volunteer drivers. So if you don't mind driving around and helping out folks, that's another great option. Another great program that People Plus offers, they offer a number of things. The one thing I had already mentioned is they offer a Meals on Wheels program that they work through a different, I believe, spectrum. Mm-hmm. Thank you. So I want to call that out, that they do offer that to so that's something that you can apply for, and once you connect with them. Another thing that they offer is a Good Morning program, and we connect. This is a way that, say you're older and there's a lot of folks who might worry about you. Well, every morning they have a way that you can just have a confidential free daily telephone call-in, that you call in and let people know you're okay. And so the day if you don't call in, folks know maybe they're going to come check on you, and the police will do a little check. So it's a really great way to give your friends and family peace of mind. And so again, you can sign up for that at People Plus. Another aspect of, they offer a ton of different, center activities that are actually there at the center, but if you can't get to the center, they also offer a number of videos here that kind of bring some of the center to you. So I did not do People Plus justice and the services they offer, but even though they couldn't be here tonight, we did want to make sure that they were mentioned, because they would be here if they could. There's a lot more than that they offer. I encourage you to check out the website or give them a call or go by at peopleplusmaine.org. So what I am prepared to talk about is Curtis Memorial Library. I feel incredibly privileged to be a librarian who gets to work at what we call the help desk, where our job is literally to help you. You walk in, ask us anything. We will do our best. We guarantee the attempt to help, not success, just to be clear. So I'm one of the librarians who's there. There are a number of us. But for any hour we're open, we are there to help. Now, this also works if you're not able to physically get to the library. So you are allowed to just call us, 207-725-5242. Again, 207-725-5242. Pick option 4, you'll get right to the help desk. And again, our job is to try to help. So this is why I feel privileged enough to know about all these other services, because we refer people all the time, every single day. So thank you. I am so grateful to live in this community with these amazing volunteers, amazing service providers. That being said, we ourselves offer some things too. So beyond this help desk, so I want to make sure that hopefully will help you better access these great services. So there's a couple of things. So first off, and I'm going to talk about a few of them. First off, if you want traditional library, we gotcha. So, for example, we offer, you totally normal books, things like that. But if you wanted, the library at 3 o'clock in the morning, I'm going to be in bed sleeping. But if you have a digital device, we actually have ebooks, audio books, so books you can read, ebooks are books you can read on a digital device. Audio books are books you can listen to. We also have digital magazines. We have online comics. We have free movies. We have free language learning courses. We even have free craft classes. And I'm talking hundreds here, right? Not just, a couple of these things. And this is all, you can find this all if you go to our website and you look at the digital section right here. So the digital section, and this is what you can see. These are how you can get all of this. Now I'm going to warn you, you need your magic number. If you didn't know what your magic number is, it's your library card number. And I'm not going to lie, it's atrociously long. But you just call that help desk, again, 725-5242, number 4, and we will help you get that library card number. That's all you need, your name and your library card. Okay, and you can access all of this. And there's some things that are really important to know, like if you need to speak slower, you can't enjoy audiobooks because they go too fast. We can show you how to do that. Our audiobook software will speak slowly if you want to. Our ebook software, I like large print. Guess what? You can make it super duper 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 large. Okay? You can change the background. Say you don't like the black and white contrast, you can change the background to sepia. So there's all sorts of tips and tricks that we can help you with on traditional, so that you can access the traditional library at 3 in the morning when us librarians were asleep in bed. So that's more traditional library services we can offer. But then comes the question, well, that sounds great, Hazel, but what if I don't have, what if I don't know how to access this? What if I can't get online? What if I don't know how to get online? What if this is all a little too much, this cloud library and stuff? Okay, don't worry. We're going to go through this. So first off, say that officially you have internet at your house. If you don't worry, we'll get to that. Say you have internet, but you don't know how to use your devices. No problem, we're here for you. We have this amazing thing called technical assistance. It's called Tech Time. You can book a tech help appointment. Whatever tech question you have, you get 20 free minutes that you can delve into it. We've had folks learn all sorts of queries. We've had folks buy new computers. We've had folks saying, I got a phone. What does it do? And we've walked you through. We've had folks say, I need a phone, help me buy one. And we can walk you through what you might want to consider. No, we won't buy your phone for you, but we'll help you make an educated purchase. So to book a tech appointment, you either call that help desk or email the help desk. You can email the help desk too, or you show up in person and we'll book you a tech help appointment. We have them every single week, multiple times a week. And yes, you can book multiples. You're not stuck with just 20 minutes. You can book out the next week as well. So again, please use that. There will be some things that we can't help you with. We just don't have, but we will let you know what that is if we can't. And booking is really easy if you do it online, but we're going to use the same software you do. But sorry, this is a little blurry, but basically it's you choose your staff member. So if you're like, avoid Hazel at all cost, you can choose someone else, okay? And then you can see when they're available and at what times, and then you can choose that. If you have no preference, usually you'll get seen earliest, but also if you're continuing a conversation with someone or like their accent, you can choose them. And again, then we're going to ask for a few details, right? So, and these are the same things if you call us to book a tech help appointment, we'll ask you this. We're going to ask for your name and a way to get in contact with you. So that might be a phone number, it might be email. And then we're going to ask if you would like your tech help appointment to be in person at the library or if you're going to be at your house. Now, we don't come to your house and solve all your tech issues, but we are happy to Zoom with you or be on the phone with you. I can't tell you how many people that I've helped over the phone and on Zoom with Cloud Library and other tech, which is our audiobook and ebook software. But it's amazing what we can do from afar. I've seen some of our tech folks help make it so the printer and the computer actually talk to each other like they're supposed to. So then we're going to ask two other questions. One is just the problem that you would like assistance with, and then what device it is you'd like assistance with. And just do your best. If all you know that it's silver, and it has a funny-looking logo on the front, maybe it looks like an apple, tell us that. We'll work with you, okay? And we'll walk you through that. The more you can tell us, the better off we can prepare. But then the question comes is, okay, well, this all sounds great, Hazel, but I don't even have internet at home. What am I supposed to do here? Well, I hear you, and we actually know this is a concern. So we actually have internet that we lend. So I don't know if you have heard of our Library of Things, but we have something called a Library of Things. So in addition to books, we lend things. And by things, I mean a lot of things. So we lend shovels, we lend dehydrators, we lend we lend toys. We lend all sorts of things. So you can see this right at our website here. All sorts of things that we lend. And one of those things that we lend, I want to call out because it has to do with internet. So if you go look at our science and technology section, you can see all sorts of appliances, but one of the appliances is a Wi-Fi hotspot. There's also a Chromebook and Wi-Fi hotspot. So we have a number of Wi-Fi hotspots. They are loanable, and you can borrow them, and then you can all of a sudden get internet in your car, on your boat, in your camp. We don't guarantee everywhere because, we do still live in Maine. But overall, you can get internet as you check out that Wi-Fi hotspot. So if you don't have internet at home and you would like access to some of these things, that is always an option. And yes, we can teach you how to use it. If you would like access to the internet and don't want to deal with a Wi-Fi hotspot because it's too much, that's okay. Come into the library and we can help you. We can actually set you up and help you access some of these online courses at the library, online videos at the library. We do that regularly. Again, help desk. Call the help desk, email the help desk, show up at the help desk. That's our job, to help you. So the last thing I just want to talk about very briefly is our, how I said we don't show up at your house? Well, I slightly lied, because we actually do. We have another program called the Books on Wheels program. And it is a service to our homebound patrons. And we provide home delivery of library materials. So in Brunswick and Harpswell. It's really easy to sign up for the Books on Wheels program. And it is an amazing service. What I want to be very clear about is that it's all offered by volunteers. So we couldn't do this again without this amazing community we live in. I think that's a common refrain you're going to hear tonight. So it's open to all library card holders living in Brunswick and Harpswell. And so volunteers have a number of responsibilities. So if you're interested in signing up, please get in touch with us. Basically, though, if you are Books on Wheels, a person who would like Books on Wheels, you could give us a call and let us know, and then we will assign you a volunteer. And then, we do some vetting, so I just want to be very clear about this. We have an application and interview. And then they'll deliver the books to you. Books on Wheels is different than our bookmobile. This is a common question that folks have. Our bookmobile doesn't go straight to your house, right? So Books on Wheels, a volunteer and a patron have a relationship. And the volunteer kind of delivers the books that's placed on hold for their library patron. If you're worried you don't know how to place books on hold, if you just say, oh, I want romance novels, don't worry. Again, you call the help desk. 1, I am happy to pick out romance novels for you, help you pick them out. 2, if you don't know exactly what you want, we can help you with that too. Again, just call 725-5242. So that is the call, email, get in touch. Ellis is our volunteer coordinator, so he runs the Books on Wheels program. John Roy is our technology librarian. He runs the tech time. I am here tonight because they are both busy doing their jobs. But that will conclude this evening. So thank you so much to all of our presenters. We're going to pause now and just offer to take some questions. But thank you all, and for those of you watching, thank you for getting in touch and being a part of our community. Does anyone have any questions? All right, well then I'm going to shut this off, and thank you very much.